Just so you know, you may end up cutting one of your eyes one day, or if not your eyes, maybe your right hand. Sincerely, it is better for you to lose one part of your body than for your whole body to perish. That's what Jesus says in Matthew 5 from verse 29. If any part of you is making you fail God, just do away with it. I know it's a very uncomfortable conversation, but we must have these conversations. Whoever told you following God will not cost you something huge was actually deceiving you. Of course, not everything that destroys a man looks evil at first glance. Some things look harmless, attractive, entertaining, socially acceptable, and even enjoyable. Yet quietly and steadily they pull your heart away from God. And the Lord says, cut it off. Cut it off. You and I know how long you've waited for that change. But there's no deliverance without separation. There's no victory without sacrifice. And there's no growth without some discomfort. I know that cutting off that eye or hand in Matthew 5 is a figurative expression. But you know those things that consistently lead you to sin. Those things that make you compromise so easily. They are not to be managed or negotiated. Cut them off. And the painful part is this. The things that need to go are often those things we deeply enjoy. Yeah, it brings about severe pain. Imagine if you were to literally cut off your eyes or hand. So what's that thing you know you can't do without, but takes you far away from God? It doesn't have to be necessarily sinful in appearance, but it kills you slowly and is strong enough to destroy you. For one person, the issue may be an obvious sin. For another, it might just be some sort of distraction, like video games. Yeah. Just last week, I heard about someone who gave away his iPhone, and he made up his mind he was going to start using a handset that could only call and send messages. That must be really painful. But it was pulling him away from God. A smartphone may not be evil in itself, but for someone, it may become a doorway to lust, comparison, addiction, gossip, or spiritual emptiness. I like to say that every believer must eventually ask this question. What is weakening my love for God? Not everybody's answer will be the same. One person can handle certain freedoms and remain spiritually healthy, while another cannot. Conviction is personal, and that is why comparison is dangerous. The goal is not legalism. Sometimes I personally think I give football too much of my time. I mean, after creating time to watch as many games as possible in various leagues, then we go into analysis and banter for hours. And sometimes I'm wondering, if it's pulling me away from God, then I will need to cut it off. And it's going to be really painful. But seriously, you may need to painfully walk away from certain music, certain relationship, certain ambitions, addictions, or environments that constantly suffocate your spiritual life. The issue is not about if it's right or wrong, if it's a bad thing. No. It's a fight for your life. This is the opportunity cost of pleasing God. You want God's fire without an altar of sacrifice? You desire a deep walk with God, but you don't want to die daily. You anticipate that higher level, but you don't want to surrender. The Christian life is not one emotional moment at an altar. It's a lifelong pruning process. And guess what? Pruning hurts. But dead branches must go for you to live the life that pleases the Lord. Dead branches must go. So I leave you with this question. What are you cutting off today for the purpose of pleasing the Lord? What are you cutting off today?